day 3 in Estes Park, and we are getting ready, getting dressed. We are gonna head into the park, and our goal for the day is to make it to Sky Pond. This is a big hike, so it's almost 9 miles and like 1,700 feet of elevation gain. There's this one part towards the very end when we did it last time that's almost like you're climbing a waterfall, just kind of like covered in ice, very, very steep. So we're a little bit worried on that part, but we're gonna take the spikes. I think we're gonna take the axes and a bunch of equipment just for safety reasons, but we're gonna head out in a few minutes. Yeah. We are at our infamous Roadside Stop. I left the tripod today for weight reasons because once we're in and hiking, it is so windy it's impossible to time lapse. So I'm running a time lapse in the bag. Bri's getting some photos. The conditions deep in here on a telephoto look insane. Every time we've done this road, the conditions look different, so we've stopped every time because it's so cool. But after this little stop, we're gonna head towards Sky Pond and hopefully send it to the top. You wanna tell me what's going on?
There's no parking, so we can't park.
We're a little late. There's no parking. This sucks. So we're just gonna have to wait till someone leaves.
All right, so there is another parking lot that is up a little further. It's called Bear Lake Trailhead. We were just currently at Glacier Gorge Trailhead, and the one up top is a lot bigger, and we parked there the last 2 days, so hopefully there's parking up top. Otherwise, we're just gonna kind of be sitting around waiting for a parking spot to open up.
But this trailhead, it does get to the same place, but it adds up like a half mile to the hike.
Oh yeah.
So for safety equipment, definitely have learned to be over-prepared rather than under-prepared. But there, like I said earlier, there's some super, super steep spots at Sky Pond. There's one point where you're practically climbing an ice waterfall, especially this time of year. We got spikes, which are essential. Essentially just little spikes, wrap them around your shoes or boots, and you essentially have crampons. Poles always help for support, and axe. Hopefully we won't need to use this, but we'll have it in case. So just gonna strap that to the bag. So the cool thing about sending a far hike in Rocky Mountain is you're normally not just going to your destination. You normally pass a ton of stuff on the way. So the first stop on this hike is Alberta Falls, but sadly it's frozen. It doesn't even look like a waterfall, it just looks like snow. But it's cool. We'll see a few more lakes on the way and waterfalls. So it's just the first stop of many. Hiking uphill at a high elevation sucks enough. And then when you add snow and powder, and the extra traction of spikes, every step is all that more tiring. And this trail is not, it's pretty packed down, but it's more powdery than the trails we did the last few days. So very tiring trail, but we're cruising at a good pace. Nice and sunny over here. And where we're going, you can't see anything. My shoulders are killing me. The last few months I've been running a lot, training for an upcoming race. But with that comes no backpacks, just me running. So it's been a while since we've been carrying the 30-pound camera bags, and this hike is already hard enough as it is. So we're taking a breather. We're almost at like mile 3, but it's just been like straight up. We're going up there, and normally there should be like mountains all across. Those are moving so fast. It's like a time lapse. Behind me are clouds as fast as a time lapse, and really close. That is an ice climber, which is super sick. We actually only saw it because of these 2 girls we just talked to were stopped and watching. It's so cool. Oh, did you? All right, Bri saw. My bad, guys. Up in that little pocket is Lake of Glass and Sky Pond. We're currently on the lock. We're gonna go for it, at least for now. Field. Super sketchy, but pretty fun. We're almost there. It's definitely taking a while. This boulder field and this powder is a few feet deep, so it's super tough. Hopefully we make it. We're definitely racing the time. It's pretty late in the day. Very gnarly up here. It is a lot of powder. The foot tracks are less and less. Very, very icy and steep right here. We're super close to the Lake of Glass. Pretty glad we brought the axe for this part. But yeah, I'm gonna have Bri go up first, and I'll follow up after her. So that was Timberline Falls. Super, super cool. And right here is kind of like the last steep pitch up to Lake of Glass, and then Sky Pond shortly after. Right under the Sharkstooth. This is insane. Only people up here, so it seems a few hundred feet away from Sky Pond. This is freaking insane. Highly recommend if you're up for a gnarly day. Like 300 feet from Sky Pond, and we're lost. All of the foot tracks are kind of winded over or inaccurate to saying what All Trails is telling us to do. So we're backtracking, and we're running out of time. It's getting really late, so not in the best situation right now. On the trail. Very scary being the only one out this deep in the mountains this late in the day, especially when you get off trail and you're in like 5 feet of powder. But we're back. Hopefully we get it this time. So Sky Pond is literally 100 feet behind me. We downloaded the All Trails offline map, and everywhere that the trail said to go on this last like quarter mile, there was absolutely no footprints and like 3 to 6 feet of powder. So we sunk a lot, and then when All Trails was kind of failing us, we followed every other person's footsteps, and that led us to a dead end every time because it was just too dangerous, too deep, or just fallen trees, and there was no way past. And we don't have snowshoes, so kind of going on top of powder, we had already both sunk like up to our thighs, which is very scary, very dangerous. So This is Icy Brook. It is the stream that goes from Sky Pond, pretty much where those trees are, connects it, and it flows down into the Lake of Glass. So, you know, this essentially gives the same view as Sky Pond. It's right under the Sharkstooth. So we're gonna call this Sky Pond for the day. It's a huge, huge bummer. With literally 100 feet. We've been out here for so many hours trying to make this kind of just hike happen, and when you make it like 100 feet from where you want to go, it's such a bummer. But you know, this little Icy Brook stream pond looking thing, very similar view to Sky Pond, so we're gonna take a few photos and then head back. We got like 2 hours till sunset, so we got a lot of ground to cover. So kind of bummed, but still an insane day. Very beautiful. Well, at least we can say we saw it.
I know.
And see the sun. Side by side our fears are done. All the good times just begun. Oh, we know what we have, let's hold on tight.
3:20, 4.5 miles to go. Sunset's at 4:30. But where we're going back to is nice and sunny. We're gonna have a freaking feast in town. What did you just do?
I took Advil with snow because our water froze, and the snow just like made into a ball of ice in my mouth.
You and I can weather any storm. Before I sleep, hear the crickets.
This last stretch back to the car, straight uphill because we had to park at the wrong trailhead. So, like 10.5 miles in, straight uphill for like half mile. And it's getting dark. Almost there. Well, we made it, which means the only thing that's left is to smash a disgusting amount of food. I can't even speak. Highly, highly recommend this hike all times of year. But if you want to do it in winter, make sure you got some equipment and get ready for an ass kicker.
And start early. It took us a lot longer than we thought.
Yeah, the powder was serious.
Unless you're a boss in the snow. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hope you enjoy it. Bye.